Don't take we up, Viking.
With that.
Don't take we up. Don't take we up. Expert. Don't take we up. Viking. Tell them if we on the stage. On the stage. On the stage. Tell them if we on the stage. On the stage. Wow, this whole place for my shop. When they come in to take way up, whole place for my shop. When they come in to take way up, whole place for my shop. When they come in to take way up, whole place for my shop. When they come in to take way up, everyone in the texture, just I'm in the texture. When I show the papers on the colors and the texture, let me push my hand out like the gas is from a Vespa. Everybody let me see you. Tell them give me on the stage, on the stage, on the stage. Let them give me on the stage, on the stage, on the stage. This whole place for my shop. When they come in to take way up, whole place for my shop. When they come in to take way up, the whole place for my shop. When they come in to take way up, whole place for my shop. When they come in to take way up. After all of that money that I don't see myself.
All right. Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and welcome to Bounce Up. Yes, this is the Fearless Warrior here, and we are live. And from next week, we'll have a little more, more programming lined up for you next week. And we're going to have lots and lots of things in store coming up next week, because we do have a number of interviews, especially with artists. And we want to get some other interviews. We'll be dealing a number of things. But next week is going to be basically like Artist Week, because a number of artists will be on the platform. So you need to go register and get on the platform. Don't let nobody tell you about it, but we have confirmation of these artists. So all the artists who are lined up for next week will be here on the platform, as well as we will try to pipe it out. But eventually, very soon, we will stop the piping on these different platforms and only be piping to Bounce Up Central or bounceup.com. So you need to go over, register, and get inside there, because all the news will be now inside there. And also, you'll get all the information right there. Things that you're not even seeing in the local, you will see right there in bounceup.com. So go on the platform, register, and get involved. It's a community hub, and we are here for you. So I have some things that I want to talk about tonight. I have some things that I really want to talk about tonight. And really and truly, I want to play a video of what the police would have said. And it is good to see the Guardian media, because it was sent to them, and I want to play this first on what would have transpired today with this little girl, this little 4-year-old girl who was apparently murdered by a male relative, and with her head in one part of one room and the body in the next part. It was a graphic scene. I will not put it up. No, I will not do that. But let's listen to what the police would have stated in this whole scenario at this point in time. Let's get it. So,
good morning to the listening public of Trinidad and Tobago. I am Richard Smith, the Divisional Commander for the North Central Division. This morning, it is with great sadness that I bring to you a report of a serious nature that occurred overnight in the North Central Division. This is a report of a homicide in which 4-year-old Amira Lalit of 5 Rivers, Aruka, was brutally murdered at her home. The brief facts are, around 10:10 p.m. on Monday, the 8th of April 2024, the mother of the deceased went to the Aruka police station to make a report of a domestic nature that was occurring at her home. Upon receipt of this report, officers from the Aruka police station immediately accompanied the informant to her home. Upon arrival there, they made the startling discovery of the decapitated remains of young Amira. A 39-year-old male relative has since been arrested and is in police custody, assisting us in our inquiries. Members of the Victim and Witness Support Unit of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service have already been engaged to counsel all those who have been impacted by this incident. I want to seize this opportunity to appeal to members of the public. Please do not resort to violence to settle domestic issues. Seek professional help from the time the earliest signs of abuse appears. Do not use your young, innocent children to settle your scores. This is a real case of the devastating impact of domestic abuse, where an innocent child's life was snuffed out. I thank you.
Now, one of the things from this, let me just remove it there. And one of the things that, I would be really kind of bothered by is why it is I just keep saying it and I'll say it again. We as a society in Trinidad and Tobago seem to have an issue with children. You and the woman have a bacchanal or you have a thing brewing. The woman left the compound, went to the station to make the report. Probably as usual. She probably have made several reports to the police station. And it's only when something tragic as this, we will only think that may happen in the movies is now happening in reality. And it's facing you in reality now more than ever. Because most of these fellas and them who committing these crimes, they have no remorse for what they do. They don't care. I can't hear you. So let me get rid of you and probably the children. And we have seen it not now, it happened already in the past. And these are the kind of things that just really, really, really upset me sometimes. If you and the woman can't agree, well, it's up to you, leave. But when the child comes into that, and on top of it, the child is 9 years. No, I'm not a psychologist, so I can't say that the man has any mental problem. Nobody can say that until there's a clear psychological evaluation done on this person. Because by people making presumptuous things on this matter, this man may very well feel that he could get away with what he want to do. You understand? And what we have to be careful of is that this thing going now, he know how to go before, me have to go before St. Anne's to do psychiatric evaluation. You understand? He may have to also go take some kind of pills. In this particular state, I don't think anybody should say that that man was mad, because we don't know if he was a madman. Because for she to not choose a man wisely, and people can say what they want. I will stand by the Prime Minister when the Prime Minister say choose your man wisely. And this is another clear case of not choosing your man wisely. It has nothing to do with victim shaming. It has everything to do with you can't be that desperate that you bring somebody into your life. And let me tell you something. You see, I got different kettle of fish. I am a different kettle of fish. My child mother and I separated. But you know what? If she pick up a man in the morning, I want to know who is he. Because you know why he will be around my children. I'm gonna do all the background checks I had to do on this man to make sure that this man is not a threat to my child or my children or anything. Because at the end of the day, she can live with him, you know. She's free to be with him. She is free to be with him. But at the end of the day, that is my child sitting down inside it. And if my children are there, then I must make sure that my children are safe and secure. I must make sure and tell them all the time, don't let nobody touch you. Don't let nobody try to interfere with you. But now we have a number of parents or a number of people who just making children and want to pick up Tom, Dick, and Harry because he's looking nice. They do a background check on him properly. They do nothing to secure the children, you know. They just care about themselves. So the man can be a cold-blooded murderer. I love him. I stay with him. Not realizing the consequences down the road. Because today or tomorrow, you and he break up. He jump ship. He can say, yeah, if I can't have you, nobody else can have you, and take the whole family out. And that is what we have seen on many occasions. I not bury my head in the sand and know like, okay, this has happened already. But this man literally, or you remember the woman in Maloney? Or you remember that couple in Maloney? Where they actually take the child and put the child in a barrel. Take the child and put the child in a barrel, you know. Are we serious? Some of we as neighbors know what has been going on. And before we try to stop what's going on, we love to take our phone and tape. No problem with that. Say you have evidence. But instead of we intervene and seek to give this person some form of place where they could go, some kind of shelter. We just say that ain't my business because she will go back with the man. Love is a hell of a thing. But at the end of the day, always think that if that was your children, what would you have done? You would not intervene? You would leave your children to go through that? People, you want to leave your child. Let me tell you something. If I go down the road and I in a kind of situation like that, I'm not leaving my child, no way deal. I go in my child. Because I carry my child to the station. And I will tell you a little story that happened without calling any names or anything. And this is a real life situation. Real life situation. where I actually had to get, where I get a call to go and pick up a woman and a child Sunday night. Because why? The man was abusing the woman literally. And when I thought everything was hunky dory because they looked like the perfect family, I too thought they was the perfect family until I saw it. And I don't know why I'm seeing this. Right. So I said, let me go. And we had to go all the way to Central. All the way to Central to pick up this woman and her children. That's reality. So people, choose your men or your man or whoever you want to go down in life with. Choose your people. Choose them wisely. Please. Because we just can't afford to be seeing more and more children being hurt day by day. We can't. But I want to play a next video for you. I want to play a next video. Let me play this video for you. Take this video.
Can take a children mother.
And listen.
Yeah, she had an incident with a fella on the hill, right by the house. There, she living higher up. He packed up his car and come out, and they had a little disagree before New Year's, right? That Sunday, right? New Year's night, she tell him, New Year's night he come home, we going to sleep, we hear gunshot in the house, right? They shoot the window in front. Yes or not? We reported to the police. The police don't really say much, but they said they will investigate on it, right? On the 18th, they tried to bomb the house with flambeau. He was waking, we were to be all the fire, the fellas and them run. Then on the 20th, the next day, they come back around after 2. And they try again, but they tried in the room, but the room they catch fire. But my brother and them get up and all the body out the fire.
So you hear that again, similar cry, went to report it, and my numbers are 737-6064, 737-6064, or you can call the international number. You can call the international number if you have problems or you want to bust a man, go into the room to bounceup.com, the platform, and you will see bust a man. You can bust a man there, or you can call me on 1910-758-1113. I will call it again. 1910-758-1113. So that's 3 1s and a 3. So I'll try to get it up on the screen in a little while for you all, so it will be easier for you all to understand. So I want to play this next video. I want to play this next video for you all. And this is original content now. So I want to thank News Before News for that last one that I just showed you all. But I want to play this video for you. Take this video. And I'll tell you why. Choose your man wisely.
Everyone is low working. I don't think we will get justice.
Take it.
Everyone is go below the rug. I can't handle it because it's a children and a mother. Nobody can take a children mother, please. Yeah, she had an incident with a fella on the hill, right by the house. There, she living higher up.
I do apologize on that one. Let me get my right. There's the video. There's the action video now. Catch them in the act. Listen to this.
Feeling good. Tape 50 tape. Tape me. Live on Candid Action. David Monaco. Tape me. Tape me. Tape me.
Jama in the place all here. The rain bring down the Jama. Jesus. Fuck is this boy bit boy?
No, you would have heard it. You would have heard it where she's saying, "Take me." And that is a scene where she come and she meet, I don't know how long they're living together, if that she man or they just do a fling, but she gets sweet. And she says she gets sweet on the thing. She didn't know that the thing hooked she. She gets sweet on it. So she going by the man place, pelting bottles, breaking up the man place because he have a venue inside where he must be beating it up. So she don't like that. So she vexed with the man. So she in turn decides where she's gonna break up the man, bust up the man's head, beat him for him to come outside, mash up the place. Now if he did come outside and really start to retaliate against this woman, I just showing you, he did start to retaliate against this woman for what she was doing to steal property. What you think would have been the outcome? What do you really think would have been the outcome of this whole scenario? Because she's saying that she's sweet. She get hooked on it. It was sweet. But he inside with the venue. So something not right. Because if you say you get hooked on the thing on you outside, but the venue inside, then something not right. Then you may have to wait a turn like everybody else. But what if that has reached a violent situation where the man come outside and sell a Lego some lash on the woman? I'm not condoning the beating. But what if he didn't come outside and put some lash on that woman? What if he didn't come and start to beat that woman? And somebody called the police. You know the police was coming and locked the man up. Because they said first and foremost, the man was wrong. But nobody telling the woman come by the man's place destroying property. Destroying this man's property. What if the man had done what the other people end up going through today in terms of meeting the death? What if that happened? We really have been singing a different tune? People, when we see these things happening, we mustn't be afraid to intervene and tell this girl, hey, you can't do that, you're wrong. Then leave her. And when something come and happen now, and I can show you a number of videos, you know. There's the one from up in Valencia with the Royal Castle, where the woman telling the man, literally telling a man, she might have guns. And she then called she man to come down there. Literally in a video. And I'm yet to see the damn police go and look up and go and find a woman who literally put up she boyfriend and say how she boyfriend have guns. And she done call them to come down the road. Now you tell me, up to now, we can't hear. And I'm still following it up. I am still following up that case with that Royal Castle scene. Because you can't tell me that this woman making a threat to a man who just buying chicken. And because you must be vexed, the man can't talk, the man can't open his mouth and express himself. So you and your friend, big and bad. And that's what the society reaching to, you know. Things just boiling. Nobody have no form of reasoning. And it's just like, okay, well, whatever happened. My man has gone, so he will come. My woman has thing, I go fight for she. And that's what's going. And that's the society that we want to be living in. Sometimes I just wonder if we breeding the monsters in our own society. Sometimes I just wonder if we breeding our own monsters. And when we breed the monsters, now we vex. Because you know what? That mommy nice child. That was mommy nice child. So mommy nice child didn't know to behave himself. Mommy nice child didn't know that they have to go to school, taking the free education that they get in. Mommy nice child didn't know. It's not about prettiness, but it's about with a level head and common sense to not find yourself in bullshit. Mommy nice child didn't know that. Or the plain they don't want to know that. And that is what we just had to be going through day by day in this society. When the police intervened, it wasn't he, it's not me. And that is the type of shit that we just had to be enjoying. And there are those who live in certain communities and believe that mommy nice child not dealing with drugs, mommy nice child not holding gun, mommy nice child ain't selling weed in the people's schools, mommy nice child ain't doing nothing more than looking good. Coming home, mommy is a good boy or a good girl. And when they keep reading it, over and over and over, we see the same thing over and over and over. He was a good boy. Johnny was a good boy too. And what happened to Johnny? What happened to Johnny? This society started to see massive changes. Really and truly in the 2000s. Massive changes from 2000 going down the road. So you can't be children. And in the law, it does state that, let me tell you that one time, in the law, it states that, now the teachers can't discipline the children really and truly. So the teachers can't discipline them. Your mother can't discipline them. Who will discipline them? Who can really discipline your child? But as I just tell anybody, when it comes down to my children, I will discipline them before somebody else intervene and put a hand on my child. And when you really look at what these mommy nice children be doing in the schools and this society that breeding coming up the road, who ain't coming to school with book in the bag, just a pen and one notebook. I tell you that mommy ain't providing it. Because some mommy's literally worthless, just like some daddy's worthless. That's why we breeding this new, what they call it, Gen Z society now. The Gen Z generation. And this is the society that we want to take over after half of we done dead and gone. So you know when it take place? Chaos. People, we need to get the act together. I don't want to hear nothing about demonic. I don't want to hear nothing about no prayers. Because we praying, it have mosque, it have church, it have everything right wrong by one another. In one community alone, on one street alone, you must have more mosque, temple, church, you name it, than even the schools in our community. But yet still, we still seeing these type of wicked and evil acts perpetrating on our society as though nobody cares. But they will want to blame somebody for why you, who live in the community, who born and grow in your own community, don't even want to talk to the same monster that living in your own community. Well, make it make sense now. Make it make sense. choose your men wisely. Men, choose your women wisely. You got a woman setting up men today too, eh? Just like you have men setting up women, you have women setting up men. And we have to be very, very careful of what is happening in our society. So if you need me to investigate, I want to thank someone who would have called today because I put up a picture on social media and she would have responded, but I'm still yet to get certain information and I need to get that information ASAP. But I want to thank you for responding and let's see how it goes from here. So again, you can go into Bossamang. I want to let people know Bossamang is here. We will be bossing the marks. And if we have to call the people and the individuals, we will let them know that Bossamang is on their tail and we will be bringing the information live to you right here on bounceup.com. So, Bossamang is anonymous. We can call you back. From the time you go in, it generates a name. And I can tell you that there was an issue in terms of social welfare checks, in which there is a report now circulating, and whereby people change wrong checks. People were changing the wrong checks. So that is something we are trying to get the ministry to look into. And I think the ministry and the fraud squad is already investigating that particular matter and those matters, and also investigating the post office on how that happened. So that is one thing that is out. And we also have another thing whereby I am also dealing with another case. Well, several cases in fact, but this particular case also deals with a woman who is apparently owing a number of persons money at this point in time. So I am also investigating that particular matter. And we have another problem that has arisen that I'm bringing to the forefront tonight. You see, those surveyors who apparently doing surveys for people privately. Now, the former Minister of Agriculture would have made certain revelations, and he called these surveyors who were working for the government, but they were operating privately and receiving huge amount of money. But in collecting this huge amount of money from private citizens, they also moving people boundaries and making new ones. So if your boundary was at this corner, they go in and move the picket without due process, without following the rules, because somebody paid more money and huge amount of money to get a larger piece of the land. So your property now, if it was 5,000 square feet, it may go down to 3,000 square feet, and they now have 8,000 to 9,000 square feet, depending on where they buy, how they purchase in the property, and how much money they're spending. There are several surveyors who are indulging in this type of practice and behavior, as well as from justice of the peace who have been signing off fraudulent affidavits. We know who you are. There's one in Sandy Grande. There's one in Arima. There's one in Guaya in Port of Spain. In fact, there's 5 in Port of Spain. And they know who they are. So very soon, we will bring the information and present it to you, the public, on what has been transpired and what has been taking place. So we are in troubled waters. I am the fearless warrior. I take no prisoners. None. And come next week, I will be prepared. I'll be very much prepared to launch dauntless defenders of good governance to you, the public, because we have more to talk on these same troubled waters in terms of part 2 and who really is behind some of these destruction that you are seeing. So, people, it was good. See you on the next show of the Fearless Warrior on bounceup.com. See you all. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.